Far frickin' out. Hey, it's another episode, my friends. South Boston Jeff here with another episode of Clouded Conversations. And as usual, I got my man with me, the one and only, the milkman, Quincy Brisco.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Quincy. Pretty good. We'll see. But I'm in a very happy mood. Very magical indeed because... Hey, guess who I got, just got off the phone with? Now this is, I just had a magical, a magical walk down memory lane type of, like a once in a lifetime type of conversation on the phone. And I need to share the experience. So what do you think of that, Quincy?
And what type of experience was this?
Okay, well, I got to have a heart-to-heart talk with my second grade teacher, my second grade elementary school teacher, Mrs. Marilyn Fowler is her name.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
How'd you manage to do this?
Well, as you know, we're both very fond of cartoons down here, Quincy, and and as you know. Well, the Melrose Public Library has been is under construction. So the BB school where I went to second grade, where I went to elementary school, that has become the Melrose Public Library. So I've been walking around the halls down there, doing my book shopping and my librarying, and all these memories have been coming back to me. Plus, I mentioned about the cartoons, I have literally thousands and thousands of DVDs of cartoons at the house. You know, it's a must. I must do my research. But so since I always have cartoons in the background, every now and then a cartoon will just randomly come on that I haven't seen in at least 30 or 40 years, or maybe more, or maybe I haven't seen it at all. But a few weeks ago, a certain cartoon came on, and it was some stop animation cartoon, something having to do with a blue giant and losing his best friend who's a red giant, and it made him cry. And do you remember this particular one, Quincy?
The blue giant?
Yeah. It was a very old one, stop animation. But when I was watching, I was in the second grade when I saw this, and my teacher, Mrs. Fowler, did not know that I had fallen behind in my schoolwork, and it was because that little 10-year-old Jeffrey was wearing glasses that were terribly scratched, and I was couldn't really see through them. So
that's tough.
Yeah, so she didn't understand that's the reason why I had fallen behind on my schoolwork. So I had to miss out on the cartoon that day.
I thought by right though, when you wear glasses, how did someone who wore the scratch glasses?
Well, I had to sit there and make up all that schoolwork with the scratch glasses.
How
because
come?
My teacher, Mrs. Fowler, had no idea that they were scratched until she heard me crying, and she took the glasses off and started wiping the tears off the glasses, and she realized that they were scratched.
Well, first of all, glasses should be taken care of, let alone that.
Correctamundo, Quincy, but that was back in 1977, 1978, and
second,
I could only afford, my family could only afford to replace the glasses at least once a year, if that.
Second, you say this was a teacher that does 2-year-olds?
No, this was my second grade teacher, so I was about 8 or 9 or so.
Well, okay. Did a guy like you need glasses?
Yes, I needed them to see. So the point of the story, Quincy, is I was sitting there, and she didn't realize why I had fallen behind in my schoolwork, and that was because my eyeglasses were scratched. If she did know that, she would take special precautions for me. But instead, she she had all the students who were falling back on their homework make up for the schoolwork in a separate room and not see the cartoon, which is kind of terrible if you think about it. That's kind of like torture. And for a 10-year-old, and for little Jeffrey, that's exactly what it was. I was being tortured in there and crying. And when Mrs. Fowler saw that, how rough it made me feel, it made her feel terrible. And then, she must have went home and cried a little bit because it must have put her through some of the pain that I was going through.
School, I'll admit, we all made mistakes, but on the other hand, we were just little kids, for God's sakes.
But this is a case in which a teacher made a grave mistake.
Who made the mistake?
Well, the teacher did, because she, being the teacher, she should have realized that why I was falling behind and not cut out something that means out a lot to me, like a cartoon. Because when I missed that cartoon, it made me feel terrible, and she was able to hear me crying through the next room. She came out and then she saw the problem, and then it made her feel terrible. And actually, that was my last day of the second grade, because I graduated onto the third grade that day. Because I guess they supposed that that's more than enough misery than a child should be able to handle.
You hit the nail right in the head. Like I said, school, it's not the easiest thing. We're just entering this place here. We were born, but you know what? The way I look at it, us guys like us get second chances. It's like, we weren't the best, but we get second chances only because we take certain route, and you know what? We're doing a lot of things over. That's the way I look at it. How about you?
Yeah. That's the thing. We get second chances in life, and and I want to express my deepest gratitude to the ladies down at the Melrose Library, because they helped me find Mrs. Fowler's phone number, and they got an address for me, and I was able to make the connection, and I was able, after about over 40 years, I was able to call up Mrs. Fowler, give her a magical moment, make her laugh. I made her laugh splendidly. She was laughing and laughing, and I was finally able to thank her for not only for being an inspiring teacher, but I was able to thank her for the eyeglasses that she bought me that day.
That is so awesome. A teacher bought you glasses and you could see better. What I take it back in those days, just like they are now, what they call reading glasses. You can.
No. These were more than reading glasses. These were what I needed to see straight. I couldn't see the schoolwork in front of me if I wasn't wearing my glasses.
And they took you to an eye doctor, and they matched you up with a prescription.
No. I would say that happened the day after. The day after.
Well, it's one or the other. Either you got off-the-shelf reading glasses, which are good, or you went to an eye doctor. So which was it?
This happened the day after, the day after all this happened, back in the second grade.
Yeah,
I was taken to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor picked up the bill for the new pair of glasses, because that's what I needed right away. I didn't find out where the glasses came from until that moment when the optometrist set the glasses on my face and everything. And when you see clearly and you're filled with bedazzlement, and that's when they told me, "Hey Jeff, guess who paid for those glasses?" And I was like, "Who?" Like an owl, like a little owl I was. Who? But And she said, Mrs. Fowler, your second grade teacher. And I was like, that's wonderful.
Thank God.
Yeah,
He's
and
the
I
one.
never. Yeah, well, it was a woman. It's a woman. Mrs. Fowler. It was 1978, and I called her Mrs. Shirley because she looked just like Cindy Williams from Laverne and Shirley.
Really?
Yes, she did. She looked exactly like Shirley from Laverne and Shirley. That's how we remember her.
That's awesome, really. Well, that's the route we took.
So,
We were just little kids. When you're like little kids, like from 5 to 9 years old, we don't know what we're doing. We're just in school. We're like finger paint. We're just.
Right, and let me tell you something, Quincy. It's a very rare treat when you get on the phone and you listen to the very same voice. Her voice was exactly the same as it was about roughly 40 years ago.
That's really awesome, Jeff. Really, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the teachers.
So, I told Miss Fowler that I'm doing well. I'm still living in Melrose. She's living in Reading right now. And I told her how me and you run a show, and I do a podcast, and I keep up to beat these days. And I asked her if she ever wants to, come on this show. She's totally willing to be a guest on this show. And, I can call her up anytime I want to, just not now because it's a weeknight. And we're talking an 80-year-old woman right here, right now, married with a curfew.
I know exactly what you're saying, Jeff. Like I said, school, guys like us, I wasn't the best, but again, we were just little kids, for God's sakes. We were just like, but only because you and I took the right route. We goes like, look, I made some mistakes, and so did my friends, so I'd like to do it over again. But this is what we know how to do. Now what? We thank God that we get these second chances, because this is what we know how to do. You know what? It's coming up pretty good. Mm-hmm. And school teachers, let me ask you a question. Now, we were just talking about this. Do they still do the flag in some of these schools, or all of them?
No, these are things that are these are things that are past with history. These are they don't. We don't have to. We don't have to pledge allegiance to the flag anymore. We don't have to sing "It's a Grand Old Flag" anymore.
Why not?
All those things. Yeah, because these are all the things from our generation that are that ended in the new millennium, my friend.
But school is like the flag, isn't that like the morale? It shows you're an American. It shows like people died. It's a war.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if you remember, Nancy and Sluggo, they took things so much more seriously back then, and so did I. About donating to the USO and stuff like that. That's another thing that I inspired Mrs. Fowler to do, is to give to the USO, and just like Nancy and Sluggo. And I always used to say, it keeps our country free, Miss Fowler. And she would laugh and everything. But a happy little patriotic kid I was.
Oh yeah, it's like we were just little kids, but the year or so, we were just saying this. We remember that from a certain cartoon. And you know what? We prayed to Christ back then, just like we do now. We can do a lot of good things, but this is how we know how to do it. We relate to cartoons, music, lyrics, singing, dancing, all that kind of thing. But to take the flag away, come on, you got to show the new generation that about what the flag is, American. The flags, this flag is for Americans.
Yeah.
This flag is like,
Obviously, I haven't been in an elementary school class in many, many years, and I don't even know if you even still hang a flag at the front of your classroom. I know there's still a flag hung up in front of the school itself. You have to. But in case something happens, in case you get a flag, fly a flag half-mast and stuff like that. But you just have to have a flag in front of the school, don't you?
Of course you do. And you need to the way I was brought up, it was like just good old school, new and old school scriptures. It's like Come, okay, boys and girls, it's time. I'm surprised. I think maybe they should reconsider. Especially back in preschool. What do they call it? Elementary or preschool?
Yeah, I would say elementary school.
Which is like, what's the youngest in today's world yet they let ones like that in school? When they start schooling?
I think they let you in kindergarten when you're 5.
5 years old. Okay, 5 to 9 years old.
And when you're a toddler, when you're younger than that, that's when they stick you in Title I, the preschool.
Title I?
Over on Lincoln Street, there's a special preschool that we have right over here on Lincoln Street in Melrose. But that's our preschool.
Well,
but
I am proud, and 95% of us get to have these second chances. But it doesn't happen overnight. But
no, it doesn't. And let me tell you, she was very filled with joy, filled with excitement, and I made her laugh, and I also made her husband laugh. Her husband of 25 years of marriage. I mean, it was just a very relieving phone call, Quincy.
That is so awesome, Jeff, that you got to talk to Jeff. I salute you, the teachers. I mean, like I said, the thing about school from when we were like 2 to 5 to let's say graduates, then they were saying, we know that we weren't, so you know what, we went back and did a lot of things over again. That's the way I look at it, Jeff. And you know what? School, as long as we're on the subject, for me, I sort of get to relive prom night.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Because first of all, we're doing this. It's a lot like prom night. Every once in a while, we do songs. But the thing is,
that's great, Quincy, because I never really actually made it to my prom and everything.
How come?
But because I got in a fight with a few people that week and everything, and I got in an argument with somebody, and somebody called up my date and spread a rumor, and just something happened, and I didn't get to go. But that doesn't bother me at all, Quincy, because how many people get to speak to their second grade teacher after 43 years?
You don't.
You don't. It very rarely happens, and it happened to me today.
You get to serve. It's priceless.
It is priceless, and it was a very priceless call, and it meant a lot to me. And I'm absolutely filled with wonder and amazement today, Quincy. And that's why I wanted to share it with you.
I'm glad you did.
And I will say this again, I mentioned the fact that we're doing a show here, and she said that she's willing to come on and be a guest on this show anytime and everything.
That's awesome. Tell her, it's like, I salute the teachers. Let me put it this way, not all students, are easy to deal with. Some of them are, some of them aren't, and then it's a war, okay? Mm-hmm. But we're getting through this. But we have these particular kind of things to get through the war.
Right.
We're the speakers. We can somehow be teachers and say, look, it's a screwed up world we're living in. Okay? Now, what are you going to do when you graduate? We're very fortunate to do this. To do things over. Something like this, and it make you understand. It's like, I hope you like what you're doing, because you're going to be doing it for a while till, and you need to go a certain route on Sundays. It's up to you. But I offer you to make the right choice.
Okay, and and I just wanted to I'm gonna for now I'm gonna wrap things up around here and everything. But I just wanted to get you guys.
I'm proud of you,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Get you guys all set up on some of the on the big news and some up and coming cloud and conversation that's going to warm my heart and guaranteed to warm everybody else's heart.
And
again, I want to thank the the kind people down at the Melrose Public Library for making this possible, for helping me track down my second grade teacher, Miss Marilyn L. Fowler.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
how you do it. We're going back to school to do things over, have a little talks like, well, this is part of, I'm proud of you. I really give yourself a round of applause.
Proud. I like pride, Quincy. Pride.
Well, you should. You have a lot of pride, a lot of respect, and everything else. I think you should get an A plus as a back as a little preschooler.
Oh, as a pro, like if I'm going to be graded on this and everything, she probably will give me an A. So, hey, thanks for joining me once again, Quincy. And
Gold stars, silver stars, as they call it. So can I salute you with that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
So you should get every gold star, silver star, red stars.
Yeah, I'll try to find the shiniest apple I can find in the the shiniest apple I can find in the garden, or wherever I can find wherever shiny apples are found. Granny Smith apples.
Right. Oh, okay, I see. And I won't spoil the surprise. I know what you
Okay.
want to do, but I don't want to spoil the surprise.
All right. Well, that's just all that's going on around here, Quincy. So,
But that's not just anything. That's a very big step that you took today, and I'm very proud of you.
yeah, yeah, I was a little choked up in the belly and everything. I was a little choked up in the belly. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna say, but you know what? It is just a joy to find out that she's still out there. She's still alive. She's still kicking. She's retired, and she's still a very happy human being. And I made her even happier with my call. Well, as we say around here, far out, everybody. I'm gonna take up, but stay tuned for more clouded conversation, and me and Quincy will catch you later. Isn't that right, Quincy?
That's right. Another excellent episode. So I'll talk to you soon. Have a real good night. Thank you.
All right, take care, friends.